Let me record this. We are recording now. I started the savings account because I knew that the savings account, if I taught you to stay in a trade for a long period of time, what it would do, number one, it would regulate your lot size. Number two, after it would regulate your lot size, it would teach you patience. How many of you learned some patience when trading in your savings account? Come on, write in how much you made. How many of y'all learned some patience while trading in that savings account? And you were going for days. Some of you saw you had no patience and you got out too early. You know, I usually get in and I don't give a stop loss, or I don't give a take profit when we're going to take these long-term trades. But some of the people, I noticed that when we were in that trade, they couldn't take it. You know, let me take this profit. Those are bad trading practices. Those are bad trading styles. Those are bad trading techniques. And if you're going to be a successful trader, you got to stop it. If you're going to be a successful trader, you have to stop it. If you're going to be a successful trader, you have to stop it. You can't trade getting afraid of a pullback or getting afraid of a correction and think you're going to lose your money. That's why we regulate and tell you to do with a small lot size. Now, many of you are in the trading account now. Today is Thursday. I may be looking for another trade today. We may find another trade today in the savings account. But today, I'm going to show you what we did with that savings account. Let's go to UCAD. Let's just look at UCAD. I was going to, let's see here. Let's go to UCAD. Let me show you what I saw on UCAD while we took that trade, or took the trade the way we did on UCAD, and where I saw that retracement. All right, guys, the number one way you're supposed to trade is through support, right, and resistance. Let's see you type that in a note. So support, type it in the notes, and resistance. If you're going to trade effectively, I'm going to show you some techniques today that's going to advance your learning style. Write it in the notes. Come on. Support and resistance. How many of you have a trading journal? I'm getting ready to release a trading journal that I think all of you should purchase. It's going to allow you to chronicle your trades, chronicle notes and things like that. So there's a powerful trading journal that's getting ready to come out. And I'll have that for you. And I expect all of you to actually have a trading journal, because I have one. Right? I have a trading journal. I had a trading journal just for the savings account that we just started. You know, I wrote down particular zones just in case I lost out from information that I wanted to come back and look at. But my trading journal will be a hard copy. I don't want to do soft copy. Computers can crash. Things can crash. I like having a hard copy that I can come back and I can look at. I can go through my notes. I've been doing it for the last 2 years. So I can go back and look at notes for the last 2 years. Okay, so there's still some people who are typing in what they did on that. So the number one way you trade is support and resistance. It's not indicators. Indicators are secondary. I want you to write there, you know, indicators. So I know we have people that love indicators, and I did when I began. Indicators are secondary. And I need you to write that in your notes. They're secondary. The number one way you trade is through price action, right? Price action is the way that you should trade. You want to be able to read the candles. What are the candles saying? Price action, reading the candles. Write that in the notes. I need to read the candles. Come on. What do you need to learn how to do? I need to learn how to read the candles. Right? Now, this is how I chose this trade. Just through support and resistance. Are y'all listening to me? I have 451 people on. Are you listening to me right now? Number one is price action, support and resistance. So this is number one. This is number two. And this is number three. If I was to gauge how I would trade, number one is price action. Number two is support and resistance in relation to price action. Number 3 is indicators. So your flow, if you're gonna read the charts, this is how you read the charts, through those 3. Price action, support and resistance, and then indicators. Do y'all have that? That is the way you read a chart. And if you don't understand price action, if you don't understand support and resistance, you're not going to be an effective trader. If you don't understand price action and you don't understand support and resistance, you're not going to be an effective trader. If you don't understand price action and you don't understand support and resistance, then this is why you're losing. And the reason why is because indicators lag, which means they're behind. They lag. They're behind. So if you're using this to trade with, your trades are not going to be as successful. Right? Anybody that's basing their trading just on indicators. No, it is support, it's price action, support resistance, and then indicators. How many of you understand what I'm saying right now? I need 450 people to respond. I need 450 people to respond. When I see I'm getting 450 people, then I move to the next one because I don't want people on here who are just lagging. All right, let's go again. So when I took this trade for UCAD, let me show you what I saw. All right, I went to the monthly chart and I saw this downtrend on the monthly chart. Right, we could have reset it to put it here. Now, why did I set it here instead of here? Right, let me tell you. At first, it was here. Right, but then you saw it come up here. Trend lines are so important, and people screw off their trade with trend lines. Because if you set your trend line here for it to come down, this looked like a break of the trend here, doesn't it? No. Here's the next thing that you would have seen. This trade, this pull did not break this level. So that was not a new high, right? That was not a new high. Then the next thing that you saw, when I say there was not a new high, see this candle here? And see this candle here? This candle did not surpass this candle. So then this trend is still valid. Okay? I see that. Guys, I just want people focusing on what they see on the screen. Okay, so this support level was still here. This is a strong support level right here because it hit here, hit here. Now this is on the monthly chart. This is how I defined what I was going to do for looking for my long-term trade. So then I came back and I just readjusted. I could have put it here. I could have put it here, but we're going to drop it right there, and it's still the same. Now, what do we have here? Now, because you read candles, you see a reversal pattern here because this is an engulfing seller's candle, which let me know seller's momentum was still there for this downward move. Now, I need you to see this. Here is another level right here. We're working on a monthly chart. I just want to show you what I see on the monthly chart, okay? Now, on the monthly chart, because this is what's going to define what I'm doing later, I see this resistance level. I see this resistance level on this monthly chart. Monthly, I want to show you what I'm talking about. Let's go bigger. Guys, I want to take this slow. Right? Now, I want you to see this. I'm going to erase my trend line, but I'm going to show you this zone right here for this trade. right? Right? So I have this high here. So that made me put that level right there. And I see it respected here on that high. Okay, now I put another high here. Do y'all see that? Right? I put another level here. Do y'all see those where these wicks are? Is where it is. Can you see it? Can you see it? So this, for me, for UCAD, is a place where it turns and goes in the opposite direction. This is a monthly chart, guys. Now, what I saw on the monthly chart, this is a new month. This is May, but this is April. This is what I saw in April. This candle here represents all of April. This is May, but this represents April. Right? This is April. That was that pullback in April, right here. So let me show you what I saw. All right, so now we have April, which is this candle here. This is May. This is starting on yesterday. So we had a pull. May started moving up. Yesterday we had a retracement on this move here. Now I want to show you something. On the monthly chart, I also want you to see this. How many of y'all see this on the monthly chart? This small uptrend on the monthly chart to retest this level. All right. Is everybody, I need y'all to follow me on this. White candles are sells. These candles are buys. Do y'all see this move up? It's moving up on a monthly. On a monthly, you have a move up. But you also have a small little channel on the monthly too. See how this is moving up on the monthly chart? To retest this area. But I saw this retest on this candle. I look for my sell right here. Let's go down. I started high, right? I started high at the month, and I'm gonna work my way back down, but I want you to see what I'm seeing, right? I know that this is a level on the monthly chart where this trade doesn't typically want to break, right here. So now I want you to write this in your notes, right? Look at higher time frames. Please get this down. For strong support and resistance levels. Please get that in your notes. Look at high time frames for strong support and resistance levels. Write that in your notes. This is what stops you from screwing off a trade. Did y'all write that in your notes? Talk to me. Did you write that in your notes? Look at high time frames for strong support and resistance levels. This level here is very strong on the monthly chart. I went up to the month and I start looking right here, right here. I'm looking at every place where this thing touched and made a movement. Look, do you see it? Do you see it? Right? Do you see it? Do you see it? Right? Now, how do you know support and resistance levels? How do you know support and resistance levels? How do I know them? Wicks. That's how you know. Wicks. Now, what are wicks? These little things on top of the body of this candle, top and the bottom. So this is a wick, that's a wick. This is a wick, that's a wick. This is a wick. Wicks. And you want to find the place where they're the most wicks. Right? Guys, don't pay attention to that. All right, he's making you miss money. I would never pay attention to that. He's making you miss money. While I'm talking to you about support and resistance, you worried about some fool in the group chat. Let that fool alone. Find the wicks and let that fool talk. Don't you listen to that fool? You think I'm worried about him? I'm trying to teach you. We care less what he says. Don't pay attention to him. Pay attention to me. All right? So now, let's get back to the charts. Let that fool talk. All right, now, look. Are y'all here? Are you here? Are you listening to me? Listen to me. Look for your wicks. Write that in your notes. Look for your wicks. Write that in your notes. Because that's how you're going to find your support and resistance levels. Look for your wicks. Look for your wicks. Do you see how many wicks are on this level? Draw the lines on top of these wicks, and you'll see, and you're looking for them. So now what this tells me is, watch this. Watch this. Yes, you can use fractals. I'll put fractals on here if that helps. I just didn't want to do a class on fractals. All right. All right, look. All right. Look. Look. They said fractals, right? Where are my fractals? Oh, they up here. I'm way down here looking at something else. All right. I was looking for fractals. I haven't used fractals in so long. Bill Williams. All right, so if I put a fractal on here, let's make the fractal, I don't know if I want to go white. Give me a good color. Let's use yellow fractals. Bam! All right, let's use yellow fractals. Let's use yellow fractals. Let's use yellow. All right. Okay, since y'all can't pay attention to him, I guess I'll have to move him. He's distracting y'all. He ain't distracting me. He doesn't bother me at all. All right, he's gone now. All right, he's gone. All right, let's get back to it. So you have fractals, but I want you to see something. Fractals don't always show. All right, the reason why I do my own support and resistance, so you have a fractal here, right? You have a fractal here, you have a fractal here. But look what you miss out on, right? I want to show you fractals. Why? You don't see me using them as much. The better you get, the more things change. So you have a fractal level here, you have a fractal level here, you got 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 a fractal level here, and a fractal level here, right? Now, all those fractal levels, no, what I look for is wicks. Wicks tell the truth. I look for wicks. I look for wicks, right? Wicks tell the truth, right? So that's why I don't use these little triangles called fractals. You can add them, but I don't use them. I mean, when I say naked chart trading, I just use naked chart trading. That's all I do, naked chart trading. Now, I'll add in one indicator for confirmation, but most of the part, I'm just reading price action. All right, now, so I want you to see this. This is a level right here. Let's move on. Let's move on. This is a level right here. Do y'all see this level? Right, and it's coming back up to this level, and it's already wicking on that level right there. But let's look at this, right? This is this level. Let's go down to the weekly chart. I want you to see this from the weekly chart level. Now, I want you to start zooming in because on the weekly chart, you'll see a downtrend forming. But you see this channel. Do y'all see this at the top of the channel? And not only is it at the top of the channel, it is at a level of resistance. Y'all got it? Do y'all have it? I want y'all to see this. This is very, 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 very important. All right, this is very important. Look how it's staying. It hits the bottom of this channel. This is the weekly chart. This was last week. This is this week. We had a move to this downside, and then we had this pullback. So we made money when this kind of opened here, right? Because when this kind of opened here, it went all the way down here, got into this level, and pulled back. But what do you see? I want you to see. Let's see if we find another level there where this thing reversed. Now, do you see it? Do you see this is where it reversed at, but what do you see right here? You tell me what you see. 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 This is why yesterday when I was telling you, I said when we were in our long-term trade, I said when we were in a long-term trade, all right, it's hitting a level of support. Start looking to move down your stop loss because it was hitting the level of support, right? It was hitting this level, right? Do you see it? Now, this is a level on the weekly chart. This is a level on the monthly chart. Now, let me ask a question. We just drew this one. Let me make it a different color. All right? We know this channel is from the monthly. We know this support resistance level is from the weekly. Let's change this color. Let's make sure we're looking at our levels. Let's go with yellow. All right, now this yellow line that we have here is a support level on the weekly chart. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see this? I want y'all to see this. I want you to see it. It's very important. Can you see it? Do you see it? It's very important. Do you see it? I want you to see it. I just locked my webinar so people can't get back in. So if they miss it, they can watch the recording, but I had to lock it. And I locked it down, so we shouldn't have any more disturbances. All right, I want y'all to see this. The weekly resistance, I took this yellow line right here, and I set it right on top of this level where I saw all these wicks at. Right? All of those wicks was right there, and I set it right on top of that level. Right? You can see it right there. This is resistance. I just put it right up. We went to monthly, and we know that this is a monthly resistance level. Right? We know that this is a weekly resistance level. Now, what do we have? We had it sit under this resistance level, but this next candle for the new month of May broke that and it's retesting this. We could get another drop. Now, it could try to reach and retest this level somewhere in here, but we could be looking for another drop right here on UCAD. But where's the drop going to go? Here's this resistance level, and here's this channel. Just want to make sure y'all see the channel and y'all see it. Support resistance, guys. I don't care what anyone says. Number one way to trade is support resistance. And these lines don't have to be perfect. You just have to know where it is. Now, I don't, but I'm drawing this back because I want to know where my weekly support, my weekly resistance is. I want to know where it is while I'm trading. I want to know where it is because those are strategic areas of reversals. All right, hold on one second. All right. Are y'all still with me? Can we go? Let's go down. Let's go down and look at the daily chart. Let's see what happens on the daily chart. Oh, watch this. Do you see this on the daily chart? Do y'all see this on the daily chart? Now we're looking at something. We're cooking with some grease now. We have our channel right here. This is our channel from our monthly, right? This is our resistance from our monthly, I'm sorry. So this is monthly, M. This is monthly, M. This is weekly, W. Do you see it? So now, is this level strong? Of course this level is strong. And I want to pay attention to my monthly levels, right, which are here. I want to pay attention to my weekly level, which is here. Now, what happened here? Do you see how on the day chart, right, this goes up on the day chart? We see this move up, respecting here, came back down, tested here, came back up. Now, guys, listen. If this candle, this is the move that we caught, right? We caught this move down. And this was the candle where we made a lot of money. This was Wednesday, and this is Thursday. As far as the Australia chart is concerned. So now this is Thursday. Wednesday, we had this massive pullback. Now, if you were trading UCAD, do you see this massive pullback? But why did it pull back? It hit this weekly resistance or support level. I want to make sure that you're understanding what I'm saying, right? We could have traded this down. We didn't know if it was going to break or not. That's why I asked you to move your stop loss down, you know, and so if it kicks you out, at least you kept all this profit. But I'm going to ask you a question. Is this making sense? Talk to me now. Is this making sense in the group, in the chat? Because if you don't know this, and you don't know this and you're getting in this and you don't have that set up and drawn, you're thinking, well, maybe it's going to keep dropping. Guys, it respects these levels. Look at this level that this was respecting. I mean, it's just that simple. Do you see that? If it respected it down here, then certainly it was going to respect it right here. This is a weekly resistance level. Now, let me clear all these drawings. I want to show you something. This is how I draw mine down for what we're doing. This is how I draw it down for what we're doing. And I want you to be able to do the same doggone thing. It's not that hard. All right, now let's look at the day chart. Let's draw some lines on the day chart. All right, here's a support level right here on the day chart. Now, how did I define this? Let's change this color. Day chart color, let's make it blue. Yes, it's in respect. No, that's not necessarily true. I've seen price pull back on a 15-minute support to continue in a regular trend. Right now, you may be looking at this and you're saying, "Man, Dr. Spiller, those are a lot of lines." But price moves through these zones. Do you see this? Now, this is on the day chart. So now we have weekly, we have monthly. Let me make all monthly the same. Let me just make it the same. We'll leave it all red. So this is monthly. Red is monthly, yellow is weekly, daily is blue. Now, are you seeing how price has been responding? So when we took this trade on UCAD, and I start saying secure some profit, why? Because there was a weekly support level, and just what I said is what it did. It hit this weekly support level. Once it hit that weekly support level, it took off back the other way. Now, what is it going back to retest? Somebody talk to me. So what is it going back to retest? What is this going back to retest? The monthly, absolutely. It held on the weekly. It's going back to test the monthly. This here, this level supersedes this level because this level is stronger. The higher the time frame, the stronger the support and resistance, the easier it is for you to trade. These little 1 hour, 30-minute, 15-minute, no. This is where your money is, right? Your money's in these longer moves, but some people don't have that time to want to wait for a longer move. They like fast movements. That's why they trade everything underneath the 4-hour time frame. Now, let me ask you a question because somebody just asked a good question. Guys, what would happen? What do you think is going to happen if price breaks this level? What is the next level we look for? If it breaks this, is it still inside this channel? Do you see the channel here? Do you see the channel here? The next level, if it breaks here, the next level is the top of the channel. That's the next level. The top of the channel is the next level. So if it does break here, right, on the daily, the next is right here on the top of this channel. So now, how many of y'all will ask me, Spiller, can I still get in a trade? Spiller, can I still get in a trade? Guys, you want to take a trade at resistance or at support. Oh, if you understood what I just said, trading is going to be so much easier for you. You want to take a trade at resistance or at support. You do not take a trade mid-level. If you understood what I said, it's going to change the way you trade. You take a trade at resistance or at support, and you wait to see what price action is going to do. You take a trade at resistance or at support. You take a trade at resistance or at support. You take a trade at resistance or at support. You do not take a trade in the middle. You take a trade at resistance or at support. You take a trade at resistance or at support. You take a trade at resistance or at support. You do not take a trade mid-level. You don't take a trade in here, right? You take a trade at resistance or at support, at resistance or at support, at resistance or at support. Now, I want to show you something. How many of y'all was at a light bulb moment? How many of y'all that was a light bulb moment? How many of y'all that was a light bulb moment? If that was a light bulb moment for you, type in the number 7. If that was a light bulb moment for you, type in the number 7. Now, I want to show you something. We're on the day chart. I want you to see a resistance or support level on the day chart. All right. Oh, I want y'all to see something. Which one of these colors did it? All right. Now I want you to see something. I know these lines can be confusing, but don't let them be confusing. Don't let these lines be confusing. You're just drawing support resistance levels on wicks. This is on the day chart. You didn't see this on the other chart, but you do see it on the day chart. Do you see this? Do you see this? Do you see this? Do you see it? Yes, I am. Do you see this on the day chart? Please talk to me. Do you see this on the day chart? Do y'all see this on the day chart? Now, write this in your notes. I like to find trades that run into several areas at one time. I like to find trades that run into several support and resistance areas at one time. And let me tell you what I mean by that. All right. I like to see them binding. In the scriptures, it says a threefold cord is not easily broken. The scripture says a threefold cord is not easily broken. Some people don't even know religion deals with all types of mathematics, deals with physics. This particular religious passage deals with mathematics, physics. It deals with all those different things. But when it says a threefold cord is not easily broken, what does it mean? What does it mean? A threefold cord is not easily broken. All right. Now, when you have one level standing by itself, right? One level standing by itself, right? One level standing by itself is one thing. But when you have several levels binding together, it makes a little bit of difference. What do I mean? Let me show you. I want you to see this. All right. You have a day support here. You have the channel here. You have resistance here. Do you see all of them culminating in that one area? Right? When I start seeing like this, I'm looking for a reversal. When I find a lot of them bound together, I'm looking for a reversal. I have resistance here. I have a channel here. I have a day chart here. I'm starting to look right here for a reversal. And sure enough, it was a reversal. Right? Do you see how they all compacted on top of each other? Now, the next thing that I say, I do like to see all three of them binding together. But the next thing I like to see is, I want you to write this down, exhaustion candles. They are your best friend when trading. What type of candles? People are dropping off, but I locked it so people can't get back in. So people are like, I can't get back in. So let me go and fix that. I just wanted that doofus not to get back in. Unlock the webinar. Okay. Now, all right. Exhaustion candles. Everybody write down exhaustion candles. Ooh, those are some of the best. I love exhaustion more than I love anything else. What does it mean by exhaustion? Exhaustion candles are very simple, right? Exhaustion candles are wicks on support and resistance levels. Do you see that? These are exhaustion. Now, those exhaustion candles meant that price tried to go up here, right? But it couldn't. So what it did was it left you a sign that it went up there, but the body ended up closing down here. So these wicks right here let you know that these levels are being respected. Guys, exhaustion candles are showing that price is losing momentum. You want to find these exhaustion candles. When you see them, when you see these exhaustion candles, right? And it's getting up to this level, pulling back, getting up to this level, pulling back, getting up to this level, pulling back. Then you get the move down. You know that it was respecting this level right here. Start looking for wicks on your support and resistance levels. Does that make sense? Start looking for wicks on support and resistance levels. Start looking for wicks on support and resistance levels. Look, look. Do you see exhaustion? Do you see exhaustion? All this right here, right? What about this right here? Do you see this exhaustion before it took off? Do you see this exhaustion before it went down? Okay, I want this to make sense. The reason why you need support and resistance, the reason why you need support and resistance, right? The reason why you need support and resistance is that you want to know, you want to see how those candles respond to those areas. And every time it leaves a tail, every time it leaves a tail, it's leaving you a sign. Every time it leaves a tail, it's leaving you a sign. Look for these tails. Be a tail hunter. I want y'all to be tail hunters. I want you to look for tails. I want you to look for that tail on the end of that candle. Please. Guys, is this making sense? I got 425 people on this impromptu trading session. On this impromptu trading session. Be tail hunters. You want to look for the tail. You want to look for the tail. Be a tail hunter. You want to be a tail hunter. I'm not going to do this until I can find a tail. When I find that tail around the support and resistance level, this thing is about to move. All right, does this make sense? All right, let's go a little further. So now we see this level on the day chart. Look, when I saw this break here, I knew that we were going to get a good move. When I initially called out this trade on UCAD, it was up here. And so we made money all the way down here. This is a result of news. That was the news candle coming out that pushed it all the way down here. That was a news candle. But once I saw it broke it, but then I saw this level right here, I started telling people to start securing some profit. Because this level is on the weekly. So let's look at our levels again. Red is for monthly. Yellow is for weekly. Blue is for daily. Do you see it? How many of y'all see that? Let's do it again. We started from the monthly chart. We drew our monthly. We had this monthly channel. We had this monthly resistance. We had this daily resistance or support now. We had this weekly support. We have this daily support. Now, what I was looking for was I wanted it to close below here and then start coming back down, but it didn't. Right? It closed here, and then the next candle shot back up. I thought that this was going to go down, but I asked people to move their stop losses low. And why did I have them move their stop losses low? Because I saw this weekly support level sitting right here. And when I saw that weekly support level, that made me a little bit nervous to say what this trade was going to do once I saw that weekly support level. All right, now, it's hard to find resistance and support levels. It's hard. Practice. Practice. Yes, I draw channels. If I can draw a channel, I always draw a channel. Did I drop my channel indicator? I think I dropped my channel indicator, but neither here nor there. All right, I want y'all to see something. So we have support and resistance levels on each one of these. Guys, is it monthly resistance? This is a monthly resistance. This is a daily support. Weekly support. All right, y'all gonna have to hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Hold on for 1 second. I'll be right with you guys. Give me a minute. I need to take care of something. One moment. All right, thank y'all for holding. Let's do this. Are y'all still here? Some of y'all still here. All right, so we looked at that. Now let's go down. Let's go to the 4 hour. And that's probably where I'm gonna stop. All right, here's the 4 hour. All right, I want y'all to see this. So what I did when I took this trade, I looked at this downtrend here. Right? Now, here's the trend line because this is where I took the trade from. I want everybody to see where I took the trade from. No, monthly R, weekly S, no, those have nothing to do with each other. All right, so remember this red line. Let's write it down. So the red line was our monthly, right? The blue line was our daily, right? This line was our weekly. Now, I need you to understand something. Support and resistance levels are not straight lines. They're zones, right? And so if you ever want to do this correctly, don't draw a straight line for support resistance. Draw a zone box, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Because that's better because it could get anywhere inside that zone and then reverse. But do you see how I did that? Do you see monthly, daily, weekly? How many of y'all see that? Now, in here is a 4 hour support level. Let's draw that. I'm going to change this color to, let's go pink or purple. So anything on this level is purple, right? So do you see this on the 4 hour? This is a 4 hour level of support. Now I want you to see this because why is this important? Very important. Very, 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 very important. All right, so we have this trend line here. We have our day chart support level. Now what you'll find out is you'll see that this same support level is valid on the 4 hour as well. but you'll know what it is. You can leave it there because the day is stronger than the 4. So you don't have to put that there, right? But you didn't see a level here, but there was a level here. So we have weekly, daily, monthly, and then we have 4-hour. Now, do y'all see these levels? Which level is stronger than which? You don't know. You want to say monthly, but it could break through the monthly, right? It could be. The monthly is going to be higher. The weekly is going to be higher than the monthly is going to be higher than the weekly. The weekly is going to be higher than the day. The day is going to be higher than the 4. But what determines the strength of that level is the wicks. What determines the strength of the level? The wicks. Exhaustion candles, right? I knew that we had a good trade once I saw it retested this trend, and then it pulled back down. We had a retest of the trend, pull back down. Retest of the trend, pull back down. Retest of the trend, pull back down. Hit this weekly support level, right? Hit this weekly support level, and then once it hit that, we thought it was going to continue to go down because it went to right here on the 4-hour chart, right? But it still responded well on this weekly support level. Hit this weekly support level. Look what it did. Broke it, retested it a couple of times, and then went up. Hit the day level. Now, what do we have here? This is a strong move. Why is it a strong move? Because it just didn't break the day chart. It also broke the trend line. And then you could have gotten a buy right here. Back up to this weekly support. Do you see the break of the trend line? It broke the trend line here. It broke it. So we have a 2-fold cord right here. We have the trend line, really a 3-fold cord if you've seen it, but you don't really see it. Whenever it pops up here, let me show you something. It's a 3-fold cord here, you just didn't know it. Because it's when you see it on the day, if it's also respected on the 4, you can draw a line for the 4 as well. The trend line, we started from the monthly and we drew our way back. So we have day chart, we have the same wicks on the 4-hour chart. We have the trend line, and then we had a 3-fold break right here. It broke all 3 of these from the daily, the weekly, and the trend line. And then all it did was came back and tested this trend line. Once you had the retest, it doesn't always retest, but once you had this exhaustion right here, you should have known what this candle was going to do. And you could be in this trade, riding this back up, looking to take profit somewhere right in here. I would have thought it could have. You would have read it wrong. I don't know how you would have read it wrong. Well, yes, we all could have read it wrong, but I'm just saying what you have here is respecting this level. Do y'all see it respecting the trend line? Did y'all see these exhaustion candles respecting this trend line? Did you see the exhaustion candles respecting the trend line? Right, now let me teach you something. When you're trading, every time you have a test of the trend line and an exhaustion candle, this is a re-entry. Every time it hits it and it exhausts, you now have your re-entry. Do you see it? Do you see a re-entry? For the sale. Do you see a re-entry for the sale? Every time it touches this, you could have pulled a re-entry. Right? Right? Every time it touches it. Now, this was an exhaustion, but this was news yesterday. So don't even look at this. This was news. But people ask me, can I get in? Can I get in? Where was your retest of a structure? You have to have a retest of structure before you look for an entry point. It needs to, let's write this down. Let's write this down. God, I wish I had time to do this. All right, for re-entry. For what? Re-entry. Let's write this down so we can get it. For re-entry. For re-entry. For what? Re-entry. Re-entry has to, number one, have a pullback from the trend. Yes, one moment, guys. All right, I'm back, guys. So now, we said the purple line was from the 4-hour chart. So, number one, you have to have a pullback. Do you write this down? You have to have a pullback from the trend. Are you writing this in your notes? Y'all, hopefully y'all not letting me teach this and y'all not writing this down. Number one is a pullback. Number two, all right, it has to pull back to structure. And what I mean by structure, support, resistance. Pull back to support or resistance or trend line. It needs to pull back to support, resistance, or the trend line. In this case, it was the trend line. Then, you need to have an exhaustion candle. We need an exhaustion candle. Do y'all have this? This is so important. So let me show you what it looks like. You had this down move, and you had a pull back, exhaustion. Down move, 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 pull back, exhaustion. Here, down move, pull back. This is news, it doesn't count. Pull up, right? So you saw all these re-entries. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possible chances to re-enter this trade. Do y'all see those 5 re-entries based on the 1, 2, 3 steps I gave you? Pull back from the trend, pull back to support resistance or a trend line, and then you need an exhaustion candle, right? And once you have that exhaustion candle, you want to trade in space. There was nothing in between here, so you had this moving down, moving up, moving down, moving up, right? You want to trade in space. I took the re-entry on the 4-hour. I mean, you could drop down to a lower time frame to see it, but you know, for me, I did it a lot on, the 5th wave, Elliott wave. Yeah, the 5th wave, it was over. So you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have Elliott's wave is a theory. I won't go into that because that's just so much more. But you had your 5th wave on that. Usually on your 3rd wave, the move starts weakening. Right? So now this takes practice, doesn't it? So now what we have is a move to the upside, right? And this is where you can do your Fibonacci. I'll just draw Fibonacci just so you can see it. Is this just a pullback to continue the downtrend? We can draw fibs on this to see. Right? Now, this is the 61.8 level on fibs. This is where it's been respecting. This is where you could possibly see this trade go back into a sell. If it does go back into a sell, it has to be an exhaustion candle, right? This is the 61.8 level, right? This is another confirmation, right? Now, if it wicks out here on this level, y'all see this level here? Right? Now, you didn't see that, but that's on the 4 hour. You see the wicks right here. That's a little zone right here. So it hits here. What could we be looking for? It could wick out here and just come back down and retest this level. It could move into some consolidation right here. Yes, yes. Hold on, guys. I have someone here at the house. Hold on. Okay, can y'all hear me? All right, so I drew fibs on this. If I was doing this trade, right, I'll be watching this level right here to see how this is going to respond. Wick, 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 all those wicks all through here. Now, this is a good place for this trade to turn around and go back. Now, I want you to see this. We're watching this on the 4 hour. I'm going to drop down one more time frame. Right? I don't want you to get it confused. Let's write our time frames. Weekly. I'm out on it. Not weekly. This is the monthly level. This is the 4 hour level. This is the day chart and the 4 hour. And this is a weekly. Right? Do you see how I got those lines? This is a 4 hour. Do you see how I got those lines? I drew those lines. So this is we drew them from chart to chart. We went from chart to chart to draw them. Monthly, 4 hour. Oh, look what's happening. Do y'all see this happening right in front of your face? Do y'all see this happening right in front of your face? Wow. What would this be called? If this candle ends this way, what would this be called? So I have monthly. I have monthly here, 4 hour here. This thing is about to reverse. Monthly, I just can't take it right now unless I go to a smaller time frame. 4 hour. I did the blue is day. The purple is 4 hour. Weekly, 4 hour. Now, let's drop one more time zone, and you'll really see this on the 1 hour. This is going to look completely different on the 1 hour. You ready? Let's look at the 1 hour. Let's zoom out. Do you see this on the 1 hour? Do you see how price is respecting the trend line on the 1 hour? It's not a pinball on the lower time frame. Now, on the 1 hour, you have support and resistance levels too. And we'll change this color to, that's why I don't like going to so many time frames, because you have so many support and resistance levels. You have to find your support and resistance level and stay true to that support and resistance level. So this pink is on the 1 hour. So you have these levels here on the 1 hour, right? And you have the same one here. It's respected on the 1 hour. You'll see it right here too. So you have weekly. I want you to see how they combine. This is gonna be so good. I'm about to show you something in a second. That's why I want you to wait for the punchline, because y'all don't even see this coming. So we have weekly here. We have 1 hour here, right? We have 1 hour here, right? So we have time frames. Are y'all seeing these time frames? You're like, that's really, there's so many lines, which is why you find a time frame and you stick to it. You find a time frame, you stick to it. You don't do 50 million time frames. So this is 1 hour here, because you're always gonna find new support and resistance levels on that. This is 1 hour. So now you have weekly, 1 hour here, you have 1 hour here, you have day and 4 hour here, you have 4 hour here, you have monthly here, you have 4 hour here, and you're pretty sure you can come in and draw some other support and resistance lines from 1 hour as well. Now, I want y'all to see this, because on the 1 hour, you can really see how this thing was moving. On the 1 hour, you can really see how this thing was moving. Notice on the 1 hour how we drew this fib level. This is the 61.8 fib level right here, 61.8 fib level right here from the 4 hour. So this came from the 4 hour chart, right? And so now we have this. Do you see wick, exhaustion, and reversal? Now, where could it come back down to? If you're trading this on the hour, you could have took your sell here, right? And took your TP here, because you trade from structure to structure. Do you see your sell and your TP? You sell, TP. How many of y'all see that? Now, it could pull back there, but this is a strong exhaustion to retest this level to come back down. How many of y'all see what I just showed you? Because this is where you make your money. You make your money here, right? You understand how you got your take profit level from this. You watch this level. You watch it pull up to this level, right? Pull up to this level, right? So when it pulled up to this level, you waited. You had this wick, you had this wick, and you look like you're getting ready to have exhaustion. Do you see it? Now, as you have these, right, and you say, oh God, let me look to take my sale after this candle completes. So if this candle completes into a exhaustion here, right, and I have enough pippage in between here to take this, I'll set my TP right here. And that's what I do. So you have your sell here, you have your TP here, right? If it comes out here, you have another TP level right here, right? If it comes down here, you got to look. Another TP level right here. Right? But this trend line, you're seeing this reversal right now. I love trading on live charts because you can actually see this stuff, man. You see how it's respecting. Do you see your re-entry levels on the 1 hour? Do you see your re-entry levels on the 1 hour? Do you see your re-entry levels on the 1 hour? They're clearer defined on the 1 hour. They're cleaner on the 1 hour. Do you see them? They're cleaner on the 1 hour. When you ask me, can I get in? What you're waiting for is you got to have a pullback. This is the pullback. Drop. This is the pullback. Drop. This is the pullback. You got to wait for the pullback, right? You needed to retest a certain level and then drop. That's what you're waiting on. Let me pause. I got 368 people on here. Is this making sense? Now, how many of y'all remember when I gave you this kind of chart? Let me do this. I'm going to show you something. This is the same one, but most people didn't understand auto SNR. When I gave you the auto SNR chart, most people didn't even understand it. It's like, why is all them levels on there? Let me show you something. Let's go to the monthly. And we're going to look for auto SNR, my auto SNR here. All right. Here's my auto SNR. Let's zoom in. All right. Do you see the 1 month resistance level? The 1 month support level. Yeah, that's all right. Do you see it now? Now it makes sense when you go from monthly to weekly. Now look what you have on weekly. Do you understand the different levels now? Why those different levels are on there now? Look at this. Monthly, weekly, weekly, monthly. Do you see them? Do you see them now? Let's go daily. Do you see it now? Monthly. Well, they changed it to daily here, but you have a daily, weekly, weekly, daily. Do you see it now? Let's go 4 hour. Now you understand the bands. What do you have on the 4 hour? Daily here, weekly, 4 hour, 4 hour. You understand where it's getting it from now? What if we go to hour? Hour support, 4 hour support. Does it make sense now when you're starting to see those lines on the, if I gave you the auto SNR, you'll start understanding what these lines actually mean and where they're pulling these support and resistance levels, but they pop up as you go. Right, this draws it automatically. Now, let's go back to this chart. And I have my lines here. Let's put auto SNR on here. And you can kind of see where the auto SNR lines up. So now I drew my own, right? Look at auto SNR. We said purple was what, 1 hour? Look. So drew the lines on there for us. Right, and you can kind of see where this thing is going to go. Purple is the 4 hour. Pink is the 1 hour. Yellow is the weekly. And you'll see it. Now, the reason why I took the levels off, or I stopped teaching auto SNR, giving you auto SNR, because many of y'all are not even understanding what these levels actually represent. So when you draw them yourself, notice that the auto SNR didn't put these up here. It only put these. So you have this level, so forth and so on. You see it? So now you can use auto SNR, or you can just do what I do. I still draw mine. I don't use auto SNR. I just draw mine on my own. But auto SNR, look at this drop. Did y'all see this drop? Oh my God. This is a drop. Right on that level. I mean, we see it. You see it occurring right on that level. I'm not telling you to get in this trade, guys. I'm training right now. But do you see this right on that level? We had that exhaustion right on the 3 candles exhausted. And then look at this right here. Good. Now, where was it coming? Right here. It could come here on these 3 levels right here that we drew. And then here's a trend line right here. And then the 3 levels right here. Do y'all see the 3 levels? Oh, shoot. These 3 levels right here. It could just retest and then go back up again. Right? So that's what I want to show you guys today. I want this to make sense. Take that off. Take that off. All right. I think I held y'all too long on this because I wanted to go over one indicator that I use. I think I'll do it anyway. Okay. So y'all see how I take my trades. All right, I want y'all to see how I take these trades now. On the 4 hour, we just wrote that trend down, right? I want to put this in as a note. Like when you start getting to a support level or resistance level, start moving down your stop loss, right? Let's say you took this retrace here and it came down here, but you knew before it got to this line, you knew that this is a level that you need to start watching on the 4 hour chart, right? Once you got to that level on the 4 hour chart, you're like, let me start securing some profit. What if it broke here? Then just move down your stop loss, right? You took a trade here, right? And it's going down, right? But you saw this level right here. Once you start seeing a trade get to the level, start moving down your stop loss, move it over like a wick area. Find a support level and move it right over that support level, right? It never came up and touched that support level, and it went down some more. And then you had another re-entry right here, right? Then you move your support level right here when it breaks here, and it goes down, gets right here, right? And this one would have put you out right here, if that's what you're gonna do. I waited. I don't take that. I don't do that. I need to see if it's gonna break the trend. If it's not gonna break the trend, right? And I'm not using a lot size that I can't, that's gonna blow my account. Since I'm not using a lot size that's gonna blow my account, I'm not worried, right? I can take that loss, right? Because I'm not using a lot size that's gonna blow my account. I'm gonna read price action, I'm gonna read support resistance, and that's it. Now, the next thing that I'm gonna teach you on is the one indicator that I use. I only use one. And it's called the Trader's Dynamic Index. I'll go over it a little bit, and then we'll come back to it and we'll do some more teaching on it. How many of y'all are still here with me for this training? How many of y'all still here? I got 360 people. Type in the number 7 if you're still here. All right, I'm gonna show you this one indicator. that has changed the way I trade. I don't use anything else, ever. I don't use anything else. Mine is a TDI Pro because I've added some different features to it. But that's what it looks like. TDI, Traders Dynamic Index. This is the only thing I use. And I'll tell you what all is in this so you can see it. All right, the first thing that you have here, Traders Dynamic Index. You can go and type this up, Traders Dynamic Index. There are videos all on YouTube on it. Right, so what I don't cover here, you can go YouTube it. All right. Now, what I like to do with the Traders Dynamic Index, especially on the 4-hour chart, I don't know why this thing is moving like that. Okay. And you can see me trade live with this. It had Bollinger Bands on it. These blue lines are Bollinger Bands. Blue lines are Bollinger Bands. Has 3 different levels on it, 68, 50, 32. I see some other levels that people have on it, but I don't really need those. But 68 level, 50 level, 32 level. I'll drop it in for you to use. All right, now let's talk about it though. So you have this green line is the RSI line. Yes, I'll post it. All right, this green line is the RSI line. This red line is the signal line. This yellow line is what we call the market baseline. So to go over it really quickly, right? And I'll make it quick. But then we'll come back and do a whole teaching on it, right? When the red and green cross, right, and the green is under red, that is a sell signal. It's an early sell signal because above this 68 is really the buyer zone. Buyers are above, really buyers are above the 50 level right here. Buyers all above here. Sellers all below 50, right? But when you have a crossing here above here, this is the first sign of a sell entry, right? Right here. But this don't trump support and resistance. Just because you get a sell entry, that don't mean crap, right? Where did you get this sell entry as it pertains to your support and resistance levels? Do you have your exhaustion candles? Has it hit a level where it's a reversal area, right? Now, whenever you have the green line cross this yellow line, that's another sell signal. So your first sell signal is the red and green cross. Second sell signal is when the green line crosses the yellow line. Now, here are additional sell signals when you have a cross up and a cross down, or a cross up and another cross down. Whenever you have a cross up or a cross up like this, whenever you have a cross up like this in a seller's area, then a cross down, that's another sell signal. Cross up and cross down, that's another sell signal. Right, so you had a small little sell signal here and a small little sell signal here, which mounted to this big move right here. Now, if that is the case, then this is a buy signal because the green has crossed the red, right? Or retracement signal, right? It's under the 50. right? And so this is a retracement, but it crossed here, right? That's another buy signal. I'm gonna go over this more. I'm just kind of showing you a little bit of outline. That's a buy signal, and there's another buy signal, right? I want you to see that. Now, when we do this together, I'll be trading with you with this on your trades. Because this is it. I don't use anything else. I don't use anything else at all. Price action, and I may throw this in and I'll just look for a little confirmation. Let me drop those in there now. I'll drop them in there now for you. Yes, I use SK5. Well, let me tell you the purpose of SK5, right? I needed a strategy for beginners. So people would be so lost when they're trading. I don't care what anybody says, SK5 is the #1, in my honest, humble opinion, trade strategy right now in the market. Everybody's team is using it. It would make sense that everybody's team is using it. Hopefully y'all on my team are using it, because hell, everybody else is using it. But the #1 trade strategy right now is that I don't care what anyone says. They can say whatever they want to say publicly. They can write whatever they want to write on Facebook. They can say whatever they want to say privately behind the scenes. My inbox is blown up from SK5 testimonies. I don't care what no one says. Privately, people are using SK5. I start watching people do trainings live on Facebook. Guess what I see on their computer, on the harmonic scanner? SK5. It is the #1 training for new people who are learning how to trade. It teaches patience, right? It teaches all those things. It teaches. It teaches exactly what you need, right? SK5, you can't take it till all the things are lined up. And you should see the testimonies that are coming in from people who are using SK5 right now. So why are you showing us this, Dr. Spiller? The overall lesson or the overall message today was not about the Traders Dynamic Index. The overall lesson today was about these support resistance levels when you take these trades. Right? Period. Bottom line, point blank. That's it. Right? Traders Dynamic Index, I do not see. Look, people say all day long, Traders Dynamic Index, No, I show you what I use when I'm trading. But this is advanced. This is you learning how to draw your own trend lines. This is you learn how to read price action. Right? This is advanced. SK5 is not advanced. I use Hakanashi candles. It's not advanced. This is advanced, reading these candles. I tell people, learn SK5 first, get it down pat, knowing what you're looking for, then you come over here to naked chart trading. Then you come over to naked chart trading, but you're not ready for that until, hold on a second. You're not ready for that. I want you to learn support and resistance, price action, then indicators. Works on everything. Works on everything. Trading is not hard. What's hard is heads. Trading is not hard. What's hard is heads. That's what's hard. Trading is not hard at all. What's real hard is a head. All right, any questions? Any questions? If we did SK5 on here right now, let me just drop SK5 on here right now. Do I have a template for it? I don't know if I have my template on this computer. I have so many computers. All right. Let me put SK5 on here. Sorry. Maybe that's not it. I got too much on. Do y'all see this? I bet y'all know. Y'all bet y'all can't read that. Like, what is that? What is all of that? Hold on. Let me do another one. All right. Hold on 1 second. All right. Y'all see this? So SK5, right? All right, let's go to UCAD 4-hour. We have this retest right here. We got a cloud right here. You see a line on the cloud right here. Right, you see that line on the cloud right there. You see another line on the cloud right here, right? You see all that. And what do you have? Right now, we should be, according to SK5, on the hour chart. Let's look at on the hour chart. On the hour chart, it's losing momentum. On the 15-minute chart, let's look on the 15-minute. I guarantee it's in a big sell on the 15. We have this big move on the 15 here, come down here. All right, SK5, you don't have an SK5 set up. We had this move up. It was a strong move up. Look at it. SK5 gave us this awesome buy signal right here. You guys see it? MACD, and this we go in the same direction. Crossing, the lines are bound. That looks even good, right? Had this move up to the support resistance level. Perfect. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. That's it, guys. I want to thank y'all so much for being on this training today. I hope it helped you. I hope it helped you. I hope you saw something you ain't seen before. We did a long training today. This is recorded. I'm about to stop the recording.